Hello and welcome to episode 1 of the No Dumping Podcast. I'm Eric and I'm joined by my co-host today, Landon.
Hello.
Landon, how are you doing today?
I'm alright, actually.
Alright? Yeah.
Yeah, for the first time.
Dude,
in a
I'm
while.
happy to hear it. I really am happy to hear that.
Yeah, living life.
So today has been a rough day. Today is actually July 10th, which means we leave for Marco in 9 days.
Correct.
Which is going to be awesome. We're going to be coming at you live from Marco with some recordings of our podcast there while we're in Marco. Anyway.
What?
We need to go over what happened today. Today was supposed to be the original launch of the No Dumping Podcast.
Oh, okay.
Today was supposed to be the first ever, good, usable episode, right?
Oh, yeah.
We recorded, me and Landon.
Just to give a little background, when we first started this thing and tried to upload it to Apple Music, as mentioned in the pilot, we had recorded 5 episodes, none of which were great because...
No, they all sucked.
The very first time we recorded, we had a pretty good episode, but... Number one, it got kind of deep, so we didn't know if we wanted it to be our first episode. And then number two, it got lost because halfway through recording, Eric's laptop turned off without us realizing, so we were just talking to ourselves for
literally,
an hour.
For an hour, an hour and a half, we were just talking to ourselves.
And then, so then we tried again yesterday, and we recorded a pretty good episode, actually.
I am so
really
upset
good.
about it. That
was a great conversation.
That episode was fire.
It was so good.
We had good stories. We had good conversation. That episode was lit. It was litty.
So then we went over to a friend's house for a movie night. I get home. It's about 10 minutes passes by. It's 12:30, maybe going on 1 o'clock. I get a call from Eric after he tells me he's going to bed when he gets home, and I was like, why is this dude still up? So I answer my phone, and he's like, my computer crashed. We lost the entire thing.
I cannot explain to you how upset I am right now because that was the episode that we recorded last night was supposed to be the pilot episode. It was supposed to be a very good pilot episode, but when it ended up being was just a waste of time, and I recorded the new pilot episode. I recorded that 15 minutes after I realized that the previous episode that we recorded was gone. Mm-hmm. So if you go back and listen to the pilot, you can tell that in the tone of my voice, I am pissed off. I was not a happy camper in that moment. And then, Lord, I was thinking about it all day today, and I was like, gosh. I went to bed that last night, and I was like, God, why we lost so much good footage.
When Eric told me, I was trying to keep calm because I normally, to those of you that don't know me, which is all of you, I try to keep calm in certain situations. So when he told me, I was like, don't worry about it, we'll figure it out tomorrow. I was just and then I got on my Xbox, and for a second, right before I joined the party, I was just like, wow.
Yeah. No, it was not fun at all.
Because it really was one of our best episodes.
Yeah, it
probably
was
the
such
best
a
that we've
good
recorded
episode
to date.
Some of the topics that we went over in that podcast that we lost, we might go back over in the future, but we can't go back over it right now because it wouldn't be fresh now.
It would be scripted.
It would be scripted, and it wouldn't be entertaining. I can go ahead and tell you that it would not be entertaining at all to listen to. But Lord, today I woke up at around I want to say 11:30, right?
Yeah.
I had to be in another city at 12 o'clock. So 45 to 50 minute drive from where I live. I had to be there at 12. Woke up at 11:30, and instead of getting ready like a normal person would, instead of hurrying up to get ready to get out the door and be where I needed to be on time, what I decided to do.
Sit on your phone?
I decided to get on my computer and upload the pilot episode of the podcast. Priorities, people, priorities.
Priorities. Upgrades, people, upgrade.
Great meme. Absolutely great meme.
I woke up. So I've started developing this really bad habit recently. I'm trying to wake up earlier, right? So I'll set an alarm for 8 o'clock, and if I don't get up with that one, I set one for 9 o'clock.
Interesting.
But I always wake up with the 8 o'clock one. I just don't get out of bed. So I wake up at 8 o'clock, and there will be like some messages on my phone. So I'll reply to them, and then I'll fall back asleep. And then I wake back up at 9 and realize that I've left people undelivered for an hour after starting a conversation with them.
No.
So I spent most of my morning texting people and being like, hey, sorry, I fell back asleep for an hour.
That's bullcrap. Don't believe a word that Landon says. He deliberately left all of those people unread.
One of them I did, and they're still unread.
Dang.
But that doesn't matter.
You know who you are. If you're listening,
I doubt they'll listen.
Oh, yeah? You think?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a person that we know that lives here?
No. It's
Okay,
a person that we know that lives somewhere else.
Okay, then never mind. Then because actually, believe it or not, even though we only have one episode out, there's a lot of people that already know about this podcast for some reason.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, today I have. It's not really like a deep question, but it is a question.
Okay.
Question nonetheless. All right. So, do you ever keep something around that, although the memories that are tied to it are not good memories, but you keep those things around as a reminder of some things that you don't ever want to happen? Either you don't ever want to happen, or so. For some context, I keep a scrunchie on my arm from a girl. A girl gave me her scrunchie, and if she ever listens to this podcast, she knows who she is. But I keep this on my wrist, not because we're dating. We're not even talking.
Yeah.
All right? But I keep this on my wrist kind of as a reminder of something that I could never have. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because if you'll remember, my ex-girlfriend gave me that beaded bracelet.
Oh yeah.
I broke that. I cut the thread.
Yeah.
Gosh, I cut the thread that was keeping them all together, and I took like 4 of the beads off, and I put them on my dog tags.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got 4 of those wooden beads on my dog tag, and I just threw the rest of the bracelet away. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's a form of keeping it around.
Yeah. So.
And for me, it's not so much like something I can't get because I had it.
It's something that you don't want to forget.
Something that I don't want to forget. Plus, it reminds me of what I did wrong in that scenario, so that way I don't repeat the same mistakes.
So, I asked a friend of ours. I asked him the same question.
Ours?
Yes, a friend of ours.
Okay.
I asked him the same question, and his response to me was, "You're freaking crazy. It's like, why would you keep something around that constantly makes you think of like a bad memory or something that isn't necessarily happy?" He's like, "Why would you keep something like that around?" And he didn't agree with the whole idea of keeping it around as like kind of like a memento mori,
Well,
in a sense.
in my case, because I have a few things that I keep around like that, but it's just a reminder of like what I did wrong in certain scenarios, so that way when I look at it, I remember what I did wrong, so that way I can steer away from making those same decisions.
Interesting.
And I guess also it is kind of like to remember, because I mean I don't want to forget it, because it wasn't always bad. I had some really good times. It wasn't always terrible, so it is kind of to remember as well. But I don't see the point in trying to forget everything either. Because, I mean, usually the past is a really good indicator to the future.
That is very true.
So,
all right. Well,
trying to forget.
Before this topic gets too deep, too philosophical, we should probably move on to something else. You have anything that's not necessarily weighing on your mind, but you got like a little topic for us?
Yeah. I don't like little kids.
Yeah. Okay.
And here's why. I went to Walmart today, right? I was just doing my thing. I was trying to get a drink or something. I don't even remember what I was there for. All I remember is how much this little kid pissed me off. So I'm with my brother. He's off somewhere else in the store. I'm walking in the drink aisle, and there's this kid in the little seat in the cart with his mom. And the kid's just eyeing me down, right? And I'm just
How dare that kid?
I'm just trying to like get my drink, And then he like throws something at me. So I turn around and I look at him. I turn back around. I'm keep looking at the drinks. I was like, no, just ignore it. He throws something else at me. So I turn around and I'm like, ma'am, your kid's throwing stuff out of your cart. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. She picks the stuff up. Okay. Thought that was the end of the thing.
You were wrong.
I turn back to the drinks.
Wrong.
And the next thing I know, I get hit in the back of the head with a cheese stick or something. So I turn around, and this kid's just staring at me, like, wide-eyed. And I'm just like, bro, if you want beef, I'll give you beef. But, and this is the
like, I'll
first
punch a
time
baby, I don't
something's
care.
happened. Like, why are kids always staring at people? I'm tired of getting looked at by little kids.
Bro, they ain't got nothing better to do.
Well, they should find something better, because I don't like it.
So
I don't like their attitude.
I agree with you. I recently came back from my niece's 1-year birthday party, which is a stupid thing to have. Erica, if you're listening to this, or any mother, if you're listening to this, having a party for your 1-year-old makes no sense at all.
Well, it's not even for the 1-year-old. It's more
for
the
you.
mother. Yeah.
It's not for the baby. The baby doesn't know what the frick's going on. It's for you. You just want people to give you more baby things.
While you laugh at your kid as they try to eat cake.
Yeah, while you
'Cause
laugh at your 1-year-old.
They can't use utensils.
Speaking of which, where did that start? Where did the whole thing start where, oh, we're going to get a little cake for the baby and the baby's going to get in it and get all messy. Yay. Where the frick did that start? I was watching my niece, like, freaking, I'm talking go ham on this cake.
Oh yeah, I know. I went to one of my ex-girlfriend's nephew's party, 1-year-old or
Like, you shut the frick up, I'm trying to
party. And the kid literally shoved his face in the cake.
All right, but, okay. Anyway, so like I'm watching this happen, and I'm looking at my niece dig into this cake, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, "Who started this?" I was like, "Where did this tradition start?" Like it baffled me. It made no sense at all. So it was something that I didn't really understand, and it was hot as mess. I don't know what possessed my sister to have this party for her 1-year-old outside in the middle of July. Outside in the middle of July in freaking 90-degree weather. Yeah, not fun. I was already not in a good mood. I was already kind of tired. But with 1-year-olds' birthdays, they get to a stop making fun of me. I was comfortable. I was sitting like that for 30 minutes, and now you want to make a weird eye
because
at me?
I didn't see it earlier. For those of you that can't see, which is everyone, Eric was sitting to where the lower part of his body was twisted, whereas the upper half stayed completely straight, and his butt was facing me somehow.
More like this.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Looks pretty gay to me.
I was okay. Okay. It was comfy. Anyway, what was I saying? You freaking distracted me. You
Middle of July birthday party.
Middle of July birthday party. Okay. And so what happens at these parties for quote unquote the 1-year-old, even though they're for the parents, you invite other people that you know that have babies. Right?
Yes.
So at this party, there are literally 6 babies, and all of them are crying. Did you hear me? I said they're all crying the entire time. I literally wanted to punch a baby. I wanted to take a baby and punt it 400 yards away from me.
400 yards. Okay, that brings up another thing I don't want to talk about.
400 yards or punting a baby?
No, just punting in general. So, recently, to those of you that are listening, I am afraid of clowns, deathly afraid of clowns.
If you ever see Landon in public,
I'll punch you. I punch.
Yeah.
I actually did. I decked a clown in a haunted corn maze this last Halloween. They kicked me out.
Attaboy.
Anyway.
Wait, I was there for that.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
They told us to leave. Anyway.
The look of terror on his face was incredible.
It was so stupid.
Because we were walking through this corn. I'm going to tell that story real quick.
Okay.
We were walking through this corn maze, right? And there was a group of, 5 or 6 of us?
Yeah.
I was in the front of the pack. I had a flashlight. It was muddy as frick.
Yeah, we were slipping and sliding
So,
everywhere, and that's not a metaphor. Like, we were actually sliding.
Like you couldn't even try to run from somebody because if you tried to run, you wouldn't move. You would just be like slipping
It's
in
like
the
a
mud.
treadmill.
Anyway, so like I'm in the front with a flashlight, and this clown. Like I'm not really scared of clowns. Like haunted corn mazes don't really freak me out as much as other people, because like I'm numb to my core.
Shut up.
So this clown comes out of the corn and like tries to scare me, and I'm just sitting here looking at this dude, and I was like, man, you got the wrong guy. If you're trying to get a rise out of someone, Landon, he's the third person back in this line. He's terrified of clowns.
And I'm not paying attention because I'm looking down trying to, like, keep myself up because I was falling. So I didn't hear any of this. Just so that's apparent.
Landon then looks up from the ground and sees this dude in a clown mask. And honestly, I don't feel bad for you at all. I feel bad for the clown because Landon looks up and with zero hesitation clocks this kid right in the side of the face and knocks him into the mud. And I turn around and I shine, like I didn't even see it happen. I just turn around and I shine my flashlight back, and all I can see is Landon power stancing over a clown laying down in the mud.
I, like, straddled the kid, and I was like...
And then I couldn't help but start laughing. But everyone that was behind Landon like witnessed it happen. So I looked back and I was like, what the frick just happened? And they were all like crapping themselves. They were laughing so hard. And they were like, Landon just decked a clown.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now that that's been told, my brother, on the other hand, used to work in like haunted corn mazes and haunted houses. He used to do the haunt actually.
Ooh.
And his role was a clown. So he probably has a hand in why I'm so afraid of him. But anyway,
I can see that.
He's a big fan of the It movies. So the other night, after we went swimming, when he picked me up, we go home and he's like, "Let's watch a movie," and I was like, "Sure, whatever. I got nothing else to do." He puts It on, and at this point, I'm like, "Well, I can't back out," so I decided to watch these movies, and number one, what's up with people in horror movies not running?
Oh, it's the dumbest thing ever.
And then, like, so there's this one part where a fat kid's in a library.
Of course.
And a headless...
Oh, yeah, It. Okay, I've seen It.
A headless zombie, like, walks past.
Yeah.
Like, past the doorway. So it's not like he's following him and seeing that it's a headless zombie. He just sees something run past the doorway.
Yeah.
The kid gets up and goes into the doorway.
Yeah, nah, freak that.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like... Bro, if I even thought that I saw something like that, I'm leaving.
Dude, I would be booking it.
I'm not even looking in that direction anymore. I'm leaving. And then one reoccurring thing in the It movies is like red balloons will pass by before It shows up. Why are you following a balloon? Why are you following this random balloon that's floating by?
It's like everyone in horror movies has the attention span of a squirrel and the memory of a goldfish.
And they're like, oh, it's a balloon.
Oh, yeah. And then, one more time for the class.
No. And then there's this one part in the second movie where one of... Spoilers for those of you who haven't seen It, and if you haven't, screw you, I don't care. One of the kids... They're all adults in the second movies, and they had all sworn to come back in 27 years if It comes back, right?
Yeah.
So in the beginning of the movie, the kid that stayed in Derry, which is the town they're in, calls everybody. He's like, come on back. Well, one of the kids is such a that he kills himself because he doesn't want to come back to the town.
Can we not use that word?
He's such a baby that he kills himself
There you
because he
go.
doesn't want to come back to the town. So then It, of course, uses him.
Spoilers, by the way, people.
I already said that. It uses the one that killed himself, like, because it can shapeshifts into him, and shapeshifts into him as he was a boy, right?
I've actually never seen this movie, so you're like...
Oh, let's watch it tonight. It's such a great movie.
No, we're
I'd watch it
watching
again.
The New Purge tonight.
No, when we get back here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, the kid's head falls off, right? And grows spider legs. And starts running at one of the adults.
That makes
and
me
the adults just stand there.
That makes me
and
uncomfy.
lets it jump on on his face. And I was like, bro, you had ample time to punt that sucker the length of a football field, and you just let it crawl on you? Like, I don't care if it is one of my childhood friends' head with spider legs coming out of it. I'm punting that sucker,
Yeah.
and then I'm booking it.
Yeah. So That what you saying like why do people in horror movies never run?
hate
That
that.
brings up a question that I've always had about action movies where like typically movies that where there's firearms, right?
Yeah.
I cannot stand in movies when the main character has a gun, right, and they're shooting and they run out of ammo, but they killed 5 people on their way before they ran out of ammo. If that was me in that scenario, every person that I killed that had a gun, I'd be throwing it over my shoulder.
Yeah.
By the end of that fight scene, I would have 23 AKs on my back from how many people I've killed because every person I killed, I would either stop and pick up a mag or stop and pick up a gun.
Yeah. Well, another thing that ticks me off about action movies is how unrealistic the amount of bullets is.
Oh,
and
yeah.
how inconsistent the reloading is. Because, like, one person will shoot a gun 20 times and then reload, whereas the other one shoots his 5 times and then reloads. And I'm just like...
we recently watched...
Infinite.
No, not Infinite. Well, that was a good movie, though. But
was
we
a good movie.
recently watched... why can't I think of his name right now?
The one with Chris Pratt?
Yeah. We recently watched Chris Pratt's Tomorrow War. I'm not going to spoil it, but if you haven't seen that movie...
Everyone No, I'm kidding.
If you haven't seen that movie, go watch it. It is probably one of the best movies I've seen since Endgame. Like, the Tomorrow War was really good. Anyway, but in the Tomorrow War, they had that what you were talking about, where one of the chicks shot her AR like 20 times and had to reload, but then Chris Pratt on the other hand is just holding down this trigger. Chris Pratt definitely fired off like freaking. It had to have been like 250 rounds before he had to reload. You know, cheers to continuity errors. You know what I'm saying?
For real. Yeah, that just ticks me off. And you would think that, like, as time progresses, like, it's not going to hurt you to make sure that your gun is accurate for a movie. I mean, does it really matter? No, but, like, come on, put the effort in.
So either Landon, I'm
I got it.
Stop that.
I know, I understood.
well, I would hope you would understand.
Yes, I understood.
For those of you who have no idea what just happened, I can see the audio spikes on my computer, and every time that Landon talks, it is barely spiking because he's so daggum quiet, which sucks because that means in editing I have to turn your microphone up.
I'm just not a loud person.
But when I turn your microphone up, you can hear me in the background because we don't have a soundproof room.
Because you're loud.
Why don't you shut the freak? No. Here, I'll be a little bit more quiet and you be a little bit more loud. How about that?
Okay.
That's what's up.
All right.
Compromise.
J.K. Rowling pisses me off.
Well, wait, the author of all of the Harry Potter books?
Yeah. I wasn't thinking about it, but I just saw the book sitting here on your desk, and it reminded me. Yeah, she turned Dumbledore gay.
Nuh-uh.
Mm-hmm. Dumbledore and the main villain from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Him. What's his name?
I have no clue. I've never seen it.
Anyway, they're gay for each other.
That's crazy, and I hate that.
Yeah, and she's done it with a lot of her characters. Yeah, it sucks, but
See, no, stop that. Don't.
I'm kidding.
I'm
kidding. I'm joking.
I don't see. I don't have a problem with the gay I don't have a problem with the gay community at all.
I just don't like it being shoved down my throat.
Stop.
That's not bad to say. I don't have a problem with them. I just don't want it shoved down my throat. Just like I don't want to shove my straightness down their throats. I don't care.
That's not what I was getting at.
Okay.
But let me finish my daggum thought before you interrupt me.
Go ahead.
All right. Jeez. It's been a rough day, and you're just making it worse, Landon. Anyway, I don't have a problem with the gay community at all. Like, if you want to be gay, be gay. If you want to be lesbian, be lesbian. If you want to be an attack helicopter, be an attack helicopter. Nice one. But...
Oh, that was a full spike. That was good.
The one problem that I do have is when creators take characters that in the past were not remotely gay at all and then make them gay now.
Yep.
It happened with SpongeBob. For years, SpongeBob had a thing for Sandy. Right?
Yeah.
That was the storyline. That was the canon storyline, that SpongeBob had the hots for Sandy Cheeks.
Yes.
What a name, by the way. And literally just this past month, or like this past year, actually,
Yeah, it was
the creators of SpongeBob came out and said SpongeBob's gay for Patrick. And we were like,
well, no, they said he was bisexual.
bisexual.
Yeah, so he's not completely gay.
Okay.
But they did edit his sexuality to fit today's agendas,
That's true.
which is what I'm saying.
And that's the problem that I have.
And that's what I was saying. They're trying to shove it down our throats.
That's true.
Because they're trying to change things that we've been attached to and expect us to go along with it.
Now, if you want to make a brand new character and make him the king
like
of the gays, go for it.
Introduce Steven the Stegosaurus or some crap. Make him gay. I don't know.
Yeah, make Steven the Stegosaurus want to have cross-species intercourse.
Yes, do it. So, and I don't care about that. But stop trying to change the characters that we've grown close
Like,
to.
if they came out tomorrow...
And do that.
If they came out tomorrow and said that Aang from the Avatar was gay, I'd be raging.
Oh, I'm burning down some buildings. You're not going to mess with Avatar The Last Airbender like that. And
Now, there were gay characters.
They did it correctly.
There were gay characters in the show.
Nickelodeon did it correctly because they didn't go back and make Aang gay. They made the new Avatar Korra gay.
Which is perfect.
Okay, because we're not...
Which is definitely perfect.
That's the perfect way to do it.
See, Nickelodeon did it right.
Nickelodeon, screw Disney, go Nickelodeon. Just, there you go. Nickelodeon has better shows anyway.
Careful. Disney owns everything. They might own us in the future.
Well, in that case, we'll remove this episode. Or at least that portion.
Anyway. But, yeah, like, you do make a very fine point there. Like, the Avatar and the Legend of Korra, they did it perfectly. Isn't that thing cool?
Yeah, what is it?
It's a charger pack, but it's got a wireless charging pad on the back of it.
I just like the suction cups.
Well, it suctions to the back of your phone. That way you can wirelessly charge your phone and, like, keep the battery with you.
Would it work on an iPhone?
It would, as long as you have wireless charging capability, which all new phones do. Yeah, throw that anywhere.
Let's test this out.
Hey,
Out of the last 2 days when we've recorded, I've thrown my mic each time.
yeah, and you've screamed into it. You got to turn it on, buddy. Once the green light turns on, the wireless charging works. Put it back on there.
Oh, stellar.
Dude, see, guess how much I bought that thing for?
How much did you buy this? For?
$14.
Oh, well, my phone needed to charge anyway, so.
And it can charge your phone twice. Full charge twice, and it's wireless. That's what's crazy about that.
Where'd you get it?
Walmart. Shout out Walmart.
Shout out Walmart.
Walmart's getting up there
Walmart's
So
doing it
back in the
right.
day, Walmart used to be just it used to be crap. If you shopped for clothes, shoes, or anything other than groceries at Walmart,
You were poor.
you were poor and people made fun of you. But nowadays, Walmart's got some pretty banging stuff. Like, several times, Landon has walked into our local Walmart and bought Hawaiian shirts because, why not?
Because that's just how it do.
That is how it do be.
Yeah. Let's talk about Scooby-Doo.
I love Scooby-Doo so much. Nice. Hey, say seg real quick.
I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but in the comics, because there are Scooby-Doo comics, they turned Velma black.
Velma is
Yeah,
now
she's black.
African American.
Yeah. And
That's actually kind of cool.
I don't know if this is in all the comics or just the one that I saw, but yeah, they turned Velma black. And
That's Morty.
that interests me.
I think that's kind of cool, to be honest. Like, now, as long as they don't change her character, does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, she's still like.
So they changing the ethnicity of a character is really cool, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But if they, just because she's African American now, if they change her character, then that's not okay. Because, if they change Velma from being the nerd of the group.
She's still going to be the nerd, but you got to change the character a little bit to fit the ethnicity.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But, if they change the character altogether to where they take Velma from the old days and make her, I don't know, like Angel from...
Shout out to Velma from the live-action Mystery Incorporated movies. You're hot.
Yeah, if you ever want to come on this podcast, please.
We'll pay you in many different ways.
Mainly just nickels and dimes because we're broke as frick.
Speaking of which, pretty soon we will be setting up a Patreon
Atta
where
boy.
you can pay us for unedited, unfiltered content. And there will be episodes on our Patreon that will not be on the YouTube due to demonetization and strikes, which we don't want. So, yeah, it's $5 a month, which will be our lowest and only tier. So, pay for that. And
I don't know about
get some
the
good
only
content.
tier.
Well, what else are we
But
going to
we'll figure it out. But for
We're also
now,
going to be starting an OnlyFans.
No, we're not. Landon is. Landon's starting an OnlyFans. Oh.
Yeah, tune into that.
Oh. Is it free?
Of course it's not free.
Dang it. I'm not paying for your OnlyFans. I can see it in person.
Moving on.
Lord, this will probably be episode 1. Episode 2, Christian will be in it because we're going to record 2 episodes in one day. It's going to be kind of a long night for us. But
we could honestly probably record episode 2 while we watch it.
that'd be cool, but the audio from the movie would mess it up in the
Put
background.
subtitles on. And keep it low.
I mean, it'd be
I
kind of...
don't think the mics are good enough to pick up.
Not
low.
these ones, but the blue microphone, the one that Christian uses, that one is made for picking up room audio.
Oh, well.
These ones are made for individual audio.
I guess we'll just figure it out when we get here then. Why are my spikes so low? I'm talking kind of loud right now. That's weird.
It's, I don't know, I guess
I don't know.
the volume of your
Yeah,
voice just doesn't
it's
carry
just-
as much as mine does.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, well.
But you're close enough to the mic to where it's going to pick up. But have you ever watched the Joe Rogan podcast to where
No.
literally it cracks me up because Joe Rogan has this bit to where every single time that he brings like a new person onto the podcast that's never been on a podcast before, this is what he does. He goes, "All right, buddy, I'm going to need you to bring your mic like right here. I'm going to need you to get like right here on me, please." and Joe literally just makes a whole meme out of it. He like pulls the microphone. And he's like, "Buddy, I need you like right here. All right, I need you to be like right up here close."
Oh, speaking of podcasts, I meant to tell you this a while ago. Do you remember that comedian Tom Segura?
Yes, of course.
Do you know who Bert Kreischer is?
Bert Kreischer. Yes.
They have a podcast together.
Nuh-uh.
2 Bears, 1 Cave or something like that.
Dude.
It's a play on...
I love his skit about the Russian mafia.
Bert Kreischer? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Machine.
I am the machine. If you haven't seen that, it's on Netflix. Go watch it.
And if you don't know who was the first guy that I said?
Tom
Segura
Segura
is. Go watch him. He's hilarious. He has like a few Netflix specials that you should definitely check
That's
out.
some crazy crap. I need to see that again. I don't know
I don't know
how I'm
I'm
going to see it again.
Yeah, good stuff. And if you ever want to be on this podcast, hit me up.
Yes. So I don't know if I'll be able to plug it this episode, but we do have an email, and I don't want to put this email out
We
there.
gotta leave at 8:15.
Okay. I don't want this email to be out there and then people blow it up and just be all, like, stupid about it. But I will be plugging an email that you can use to email either myself or any of the other co-hosts of the podcast and request to be on the podcast. Now, there will be a certain criteria that you have to meet to be on the podcast. Because, like, I'm not going to have you on here and then just have you, like, sit in the corner the entire time and
I'm gonna
not
be
talk.
straight up honest with you. I hate this idea.
Why?
Well, I thought you were taking it as in they can email us stories or topics they want us to talk about, and I was on board until you said,
No, that's
if you
what,
want to be on the podcast.
that's what the comment section is for.
Well, I think an email would be better. So
Nah.
that way we're not sitting on comments reading paragraphs.
We'll
We can
figure
just
it
look
out.
at an email.
If you're but if someone emails me with a story that is incredibly good, I'm not going to tell that person's story. I want that person to come and tell that story themselves and have us react to it, you know?
How are we going to get them here?
I don't know.
Why don't we just have them email videos of audio of them telling their stories, and then we'll insert the audio.
You see, there's this really cool thing that's been around for a long time. It's called Discord.
I don't want to do that.
And Discord audio is very easy to record.
I don't want to talk to these people.
Well, it's not just your decision.
All right, I guess we'll take a vote on it later.
And the vote will be yes, because I think that Christian will think that it's a good idea.
Well, I think you're right, but I'm still gonna put it to a vote.
Democracy. Anyway, Lord,
You want to talk about democracy?
no,
Okay.
I do not want to talk about democracy.
Why not? I'm the best person to talk about democracy.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You have weird views on government, and it makes me angry, and I don't want to talk about
I have
it.
open views.
We've got 25 minutes to fill.
Yeah, I'm still good to go.
Yeah, so am I.
Have you,
I need a topic.
Have you ever looked into other religions?
Not as in like I've looked into like believing other religions, but
No, not like that. Like, have you studied out?
Oh,
other
yeah.
religions?
like old Greek mythology is one of my favorite things to study. Like I absolutely in
See-
all honesty, I wish they would have made more Percy Jackson movies because those were sick.
Well,
I'm talking good
Disney
movies.
Plus is getting a Percy Jackson series.
That'd be sick. I'm talking like good movies about Greek mythology.
But Greek mythology used to be one of my favorites, like the Greek and Roman mythologies. But recently I've been getting into like Hinduism and Buddhism,
Ooh,
and
trying to
they're
find your center.
they're extremely interesting because they have like such good ideas. They're just in the wrong direction with it because their whole thing, like the monks and everybody, their whole thing is trying to find quote unquote spiritual nirvana.
I love Nirvana.
Yeah, I do too. Shout outs to them. Oh, by the way, little excerpt here. You want to know something that I never knew? Do you
What'd
know
you
that
know?
the Foo Fighters are made up of what was left of Nirvana after Kurt Cobain killed himself?
No, I didn't.
That's what they went into.
That's crazy.
They hired another lead singer and they did a sub band of Nirvana. It's literally got Dave Grohl and whatever, like Pat something, whatever the other dude's name was.
Pat Summit.
Really? No. Oh no, that's the basketball coach. No. But yeah, the Foo Fighters are just a sub band of Nirvana. I didn't know.
That's
that.
cool. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Anyway, continue.
Their whole thing is trying to find like a spiritual nirvana, which is like basically when you reach spiritual nirvana, you surpass the effects of karma and everything. So you're just like a heightened level of spirituality to where like you have no human desire, to where like basically your flesh has no effect on you and you're just spirit. I hope you choke. And you're just
I did joke.
you're just like mind and spirit. But they're taking it in the wrong direction. But like the meditation and their methods, I feel like if they were directed in the right path,
Oh no, that'd be
would
sick.
be extremely effective.
You must
and would
open your
work.
chakras. You have blocked chakras.
And chakras are real. I believe that. I mean, I don't
No,
believe,
I don't disagree with you.
I don't believe like Buddha or anything, of course, but I believe that they've definitely taken it in the right way.
I'm an earthbender. My chakras are open.
Airbenders are the ones with open.
No, the avatars are the ones with chakras.
No, the airbenders are the monks.
Your mom's a monk.
You wish.
Oh Lord. So, you're talking about monks, and that kind of brought up a thought. I don't understand. Like, I might have to look into this. If you know the reasoning for this,
I might have an answer for you.
yeah, okay. If you don't have an answer for me, and the listeners do have an answer, put it in the comments below. But
Yeah.
what on earth is the reasoning for the Catholic monks getting that little bald spot on the top of their head and leaving the rest of their hair growing?
Oh, I don't know.
Exactly.
I thought you were asking what was the point of like normal monks shaving their heads.
No, I understand that. I'm talking like the old day friars.
Yeah.
Like they dressed in the brown robes and they had that little bald spot cut on the top of their head, but they had hair everywhere else. What is that for? It's literally like a yarmulke, but just a bald
That's what
spot.
I was about
It's
to
a
say.
bald spot yarmulke.
I honestly don't know.
If you know the reasoning behind that, put it in the comments below. I would really like to know, to be honest. Because I see it in movies all the time, and I'm like, every time I see it, I'm like, why is that a thing?
I don't know.
It's like so God can like spot you out. It's like the reflection of the sun on your head.
Yeah.
He's like God's like there he
They're
is.
little markers. He's like, my chosen
My
ones."
people. So is cutting your hair in that form kind of the same thing as circumcision?
Not at all. It might be a
On the same level, but not
Well,
like
It might be a play on what the Buddhist monks do because they shave their heads to
Bald.
Yeah, they shave their heads bald, but it's in a way to free themselves from what's the word I'm looking for?
Vanity.
Yeah, so basically everybody looks the same.
Mm-hmm. So they're not. Yeah.
And they all wear the same clothes, so like nobody's being judged based off appearance because you've freed yourself from that.
Also,
it doesn't matter
don't they
anymore.
like not have mirrors at all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no mirrors. They take a vow of
Celibacy.
They've basically just like cut out all
They're
fleshly
abstinent.
desires.
They're abstinent.
All fleshly desires to get
Do
closer
they-
to God.
Do they?
No.
Those are eunuchs. Eunuchs like
No.
That-
Monks have their testicles removed.
no. I'm talking that's a eunuch
Cuts their
gets
off?
everything gone. That way,
Like no penis?
yeah, he cannot reproduce at all.
I don't know. I know monks have their testicles removed so they can't reproduce. Yeah, I know monks have their testicles removed so they can't reproduce, but I did not know that eunuchs chopped off their penises.
Yeah, that's like the whole. That's the whole shtick for them.
But honestly, that's pretty cool how they like are willing to go so far to free themselves from fleshly desires.
That they would literally. I mean, it's like many different religions talk about it, but like one of the biggest ones that talk about it is the Bible. Like Christianity, there's a verse in the Bible that says it'd be better for me, like if my right hand offends me, it would be better for me to cut off my right hand and
chop
make
it
it
off.
to heaven
Yeah.
than to go to heaven with both of my hands. Oh, storm is coming.
Yeah.
If you hear thunder in the background, sucks to be you. I can't edit out thunder.
Big black clouds.
I could try to edit out thunder, but it's not gonna go very well.
But I honestly really respect that.
I do too. No, if you've got that much commitment to what you believe in, to go as far as to literally get rid of your genitals, more power to you. Like, go for it, buddy.
But at the same time, wouldn't that kind of be like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, body
Mutilation.
mutilation? Yeah. Because
Maybe.
isn't that against
Something. I mean, it's against
something?
some religion.
Yeah.
But
Do you know Bob Marley's religion? It was against removing any part of your body or body modification because they said that his cancer, it was like bone marrow cancer or something like that, and it was only in his foot. And they said if we remove your foot, you'll live out your entire life, and he wouldn't let him do it.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I thought Bob Marley had tattoos.
I don't think so, and I don't think that qualifies as body modification.
Interesting.
Because body modification is like people that get horns implanted.
Ah, those.
Get their tongues cut in half.
Mm,
Although getting your tongue cut in
hate
half is cool because you can move each part independent of the other.
really?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mhm.
It's like an actual snake's
heals
tongue.
up, of course. Yeah.
That's
'Cause
cool.
Those people like twist each half together and stuff. It's really cool to watch.
That does sound kind of cool.
I mean,
but
it's
I would never
disgusting,
do
but
it to
it's cool.
myself, but
Yeah.
that sounds cool to watch. It sounds cool. More power to you, like I said. But I would never do something like that. Lord, body modification. That's such a weird thing.
Yeah,
So
and
that's such a weird
it's a
thing
real
to.
thing, too.
It is I know it's a real thing, but it's such a weird thing, specifically because like what kind of mind frame, like what kind of mindset do you have to be in to be like to look at something and be like, yeah, I want horns.
See, and I think all of this is just another form of trying to free yourself from the norm of like, oh, I need to look good.
Yeah.
Because like those people they're not doing it for anyone else. They're doing it because they want to.
Yeah.
Because it's what they want. And do I think it's wrong taking it to that far of an extent? Yeah. Tattoos, I'm kind of like neutral on. I don't care if you have them or if you don't. But getting horns and getting fangs implanted and stuff like that, I think it all does tie into the same thing that the monks have in mind when they do that to free themselves of that restrictions.
But these people do this stuff to free themselves from caring about what other people think about them.
Yeah, and I think that's great.
Yeah, no, that's a
Any way you can achieve that, because that is such a high thing to pursue and to achieve. If you can free yourself from the opinions of More power to you, honestly.
If you
'cause
can find a
it's
way,
something that so many people struggle
if you
with.
can find a way to free yourself from, because like, let's be honest, life sucks, and it's not getting any better.
Very true. Very true.
But if you can find a point to where you're doing something that, when you look in the mirror every morning and you're like, I enjoy who I am and I love the person that I am.
Yeah.
That's great. Like, no matter how you get there,
Mhm.
like, obviously don't do like bad things to get there. Like, don't
Yeah.
do drugs to get there.
And
But
don't get horns.
Yeah.
The horns is just the main thing for me. I don't care if you get fangs or cut your tongue. Just don't get horns. That's creepy.
Dude, it is coming down out there now.
Yeah, we gotta.
What time do we have to be at our friend's house tonight?
8:15.
We
It's
have-
8:02 right now.
We have to be there at 8:15?
I was just planning on leaving at 8:15, getting
Oh.
a little late.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, like normal.
Who else going to be there again?
Do you want me to say names
Yeah.
on here? Okay.
I mean,
so
the people that we're going to hang out with, they know about the podcast.
I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be you, me, Allison, Emily, and Tommy, and supposedly Christian, but
Yeah, Christian.
Christian's kind of folding right now.
Yeah, Christian's kind of folding right now. And Christian, when you do listen to this, screw you, and answer your dadgum phone every now and then.
Screw that and screw you.
Oh, I hate that song.
Wow. The album wasn't that bad.
Dude, the only thing that gets me with her music is most of all of her music is so daggum depressing. I'm not trying to cry all the time.
That's what it's for.
I'm only trying to cry sometimes.
No, I love a lot of her music. The only one that I don't like is Driver's License because of how overplayed it was.
driver's license.
Yeah. If it wasn't so overplayed, it probably would have been good. But when I was, yeah, it was just no. Nope.
Anyway, guys, this first episode might be a little bit shorter than other episodes.
Why?
Just
You
because.
can just pause it and we can pick it up on.
Nah, I just want to go ahead and wrap it up. you know.
Okay. All right.
So this episode's going to be a little bit shorter than what our episode lengths are going to be normally, but this was, I guess we'll just call this witty banter, because that's pretty much all that it was today. We didn't really tell any stories.
I mean, we discussed some stuff.
Yeah, that's why it's called witty banter.
Okay.
But tomorrow,
Just the two of us.
yeah, I can name it that instead. Just
Yeah.
the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Great song. Anyway, but tomorrow's episode will be a lot better.
Are you gonna upload this one tonight?
Yeah, this one's going up like right before we leave for the friend's house.
Okay.
So, we are going to be recording later tonight, like I said, with Christian, hopefully, if he decides to show up.
And if he doesn't, we'll record without him.
Yeah,
Just
and if
frick
he
that
doesn't,
kid.
we'll record without him because, suck it. But we're going to be talking about some of the antics that we got into on our Fontana kayaking trip. And we'll get Christian's perspective on a story that we talked about on a Lost podcast of Strong Tower.
Oh, okay.
So we'll go back
Okay.
over some of the Strong Tower stuff that we lost in the deleted version of.
Plus, get some of what was going on in his dorm.
Yeah, that's true, because I'm sure there were some wacky stories that happened at his
There
dorm.
was.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
guys, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 1.
Yep.
Congratulations to us. Thank you for tuning in to episode 1 of the No Dumping podcast.
Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. And we'll catch you next time.
Oh, we'll catch you on the flip side. Thank you.